Hi everybody, happy Wednesday. Today I am going to be sharing with you the fourth part of my 6-part series called Wishes Fulfilled. Wishes Fulfilled series is all based around the tools and techniques that you need to become a successful manifester, to basically bring your dreams and your wishes into your reality. So if you haven't already checked out the other videos, then please do so. I've put the links in the description field below, because when we come to the last part, I'm going to be bringing all of this together just to show how amazingly powerful all of these tools can be, especially when we combine them. So today, the fourth part is all about, just wondered what was on my hand then. Today, the fourth part is all about living in the end. And I'm going to explain to you how living in the end can absolutely bring your wishes and your dreams to a reality, exactly what this is and how you can do it. And also, I'm going to share with you an amazing, authentic experience, one of my own experiences of when I chose to work on living in the end for something that I desired, and how that basically came into my reality. Okay, so before I do that, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon of where I will notify you of when I'm posting. And also don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you like this video as well. And as always, let's keep this interactive. So please feel free to comment below as well, because I'd love to hear your thoughts on the whole process of manifesting, the art of manifesting. Okay. Living in the end. Living in the end is a Neville Goddard concept, and it is all based around retraining your mind to believe that what it is that you desire is already a present fact. So what your future dream is already actually with you right now, even though it isn't. So what we want to focus on is thinking about what it is that we want, and believing that we already have it. So it's like tricking the mind, retraining the mind to believe that you already have what it is that you desire. When we use our imagination, what we're doing is we're suppressing, so we're impressing that onto our subconscious mind, and it's our subconscious mind that makes the decisions. And when we do that, we're basically believing that what it is that we already have, so what it is that we want, we actually already have in our reality. When we use the living in the end concept, we're basically ignoring our current reality. We're basically ignoring what is, which is the reality that you've created. And we're just going to focus on what it is that we want to bring into the reality, to believe that it is already a present fact, so that future dream is actually already with us right now. Now, to do this, one of the real key elements is to avoid, as much as you can, focusing on lack, focusing on feeling worried, focusing on it not being there, focusing on feeling desperate. We want to basically spend some time focusing on our imagination of the goal, the dream, the wish that you desire, making that feel as real as possible. So we impress that onto our subconscious mind, which basically, the more we believe, the more we do this, the more this will harden into fact, the more you will start seeing things showing up in your reality, getting you closer and closer and closer to your dream. And then ultimately the dream will be your reality. So we want to avoid as much as possible living in lack. So when we've worked on our imagination, we've worked on the goal, the dream, or the wish, we literally just then want to just get on with our life. So we've placed in our subconscious what it is that we want. And once we've done that, we just crack on with life, doing things fundamentally that you will enjoy and love, whatever that is to you. We want to just focus on life and not focus on the lack of it, or the missing part of it, or the desperation part that you might believe it's not going to happen. We want to focus on the fact that we already have it, and that feeling and that belief that it is already there. Once we've done that, we can let it go. and then just crack on with our day, doing again something that is fun and enjoyable to avoid that feeling of it not actually really being in your current reality. Now, I'm going to share with you an incredible, authentic experience that I had when I used this technique of living in the end. So you'll get an idea exactly of how to do this and how to ignore your current reality, and how to bring that dream and that wish into your reality. So I used to have a job in a sales job, and it was quarter 1. So in sales, everything's split into quarters. So it's quarter 1, and I had just lost a massive deal, absolutely humongous deal that would have sorted me out for, basically got me to my target for the quarter. And I just lost it. And at the same time, things that I had put into my pipeline were being pushed out to Q2, to quarter 2. So I was having little and little and little and little in my pipeline for Q1 and for deals basically to come to fruition. To say to you the pressure was there is an understatement. It was horrendous. It was just, I was full of anxieties. I was full of worry. I felt sick. I would cry. I was so scared until I started to think about what it would feel like if I started to get some deals in. Now, bearing in mind, the reality was there was nothing in my pipeline for Q1. There was nothing there for me to bring in. It had all been pushed back and I'd lost a massive deal. So that was my current reality. So what I had to do is I had to ignore that. I had to ignore the reality of that and the pressures that my bosses were bringing on me and the management team. I had to ignore that, and I had to focus on what it is that I wanted. So I had an amazing virtual team, and with my team, basically I would say to them, right, okay, you know, we're going to be able to do this. We're going to do this. I don't know how, but we're going to do this. And in my mind, I started visualizing my boss calling me and saying, well done. I started visualizing my boss saying, wow, brilliant job. I started visualizing getting just 10% of my quota for the quarter, just 10%. For me at that time, 10% was better than 0%. So I was just focusing on getting 10% of my quota. And I didn't care how many deals it took to get that 10%. I was focused on getting that 10% and seeing that 10% coming in and seeing it as a figure and seeing it against my quota, and getting emails and calls from my manager saying, well done, well done, well done. So the reality was I was basically up shit's creek without a paddle, and the pressure was really on. But my imagination, my living in the end, was just to get 10% of my quota. And that is what I visualized. Now, there were times throughout my days and weeks while I was working on bringing that in, or bringing that into my current reality. Yes, I did get scared. I did get nervous. I did cry sometimes, but I didn't do it enough to override the belief of having that 10% of my quota as a present fact in my current reality. I didn't let that escape. I didn't let my negative thoughts take over to an extent where that didn't happen. So fast forward, I get the 10%. I get some deals coming in. You know, I'm kind of like, whoop, whoop, you know, I'm feeling really, really good about myself and thinking, right, okay, so that's 10%, right? I've got the 10%. Now what can I do? Let's focus on 40%. So, you know, again, I visualized getting 40%. I visualized seeing that in Salesforce, which is a tool that we used to use. And I would visualize seeing 40% against my quota. I would visualize seeing that every day. I didn't care how I got there. All I knew is I wanted to get that 40%. So I would visualize it. I would write my intentions down. I would get myself into a positive frame of mind. before I did all of this, which is another key element. I got myself into a positive frame of mind to then believe that this was possible. If I could get 10%, I could get 40%. You know, the more I believed, the more natural it felt. So I would again focus on getting the 40%. And whilst my reality was pressure, 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 you know, forecast calls, quarterly business reviews not going particularly brilliantly, I kept focusing on what it is that I wanted to achieve. And yes, whilst there were still tears, pain, anxieties, occasionally throughout the day, I was able to stop it in its tracks and get back on the game of living in the end, to believe that my future dream was a present fact. So then I got the 40%. And again, you know, I had visualized, you know, getting calls and messages from my boss saying, you know, well done, brilliant. And I thought, right, okay, we've done 10%, we've done 40%. Let's see if we can do the 100%. Let's see if we can do the 100%. So I started then to visualize 100%. I started then visualizing my boss praising me on a big deal that came in that I had been waiting to come in for nearly 8 months. I started visualizing all of these things. And yes, again, the reality was crap. But I had to just keep bringing myself back into living in the end and what it is that I wanted. And I did this every day and whenever I needed it to get me back on track, to keep me in a positive state. So then I got the 100%. And I was well chuffed. And I was like, wow, well, we've still got like a month and a bit to go and I'm already on 100%. Okay, let's see if I can get, and I just went, let's see if I can get 200%. Sod it, you know, let's just do it. Let's just like really push it out there now. It felt natural to get, you know, when I got the 10%, the 40%, the 100%, let's push it out there and see if we can get the 200%. So again, I stayed with the same framework of imagining what it would feel like to see 200%. How would I feel if I saw 200%? You know, I was seeing 200% in my Salesforce, you know, against my quota. Again, it was getting the calls from the management team saying, oh my God, that's amazing. It was being congratulated on that massive deal that came in. And that massive deal did come in. And I got to 199%, I think, shy of 200. So that happened when my current reality was the complete opposite, when I had absolutely no idea how any of this was going to unfold, yet it did. And the more I persisted in the belief of what it is that I wanted and feeling that I already had it, so the living in the end, the more that future dream became a present fact. And even when I had some wobbles. So basically, I decided what it was I wanted. I ignored the current reality as much as I possibly could. I continued to live in the end and visualize what it is I wanted and the feeling that I had when it was there. I visualized conversations with my boss praising me up, even though the current reality was complete opposite, you know, and I made it happen. And that is basically what living in the end is. It's not living in a state of lack. It's living in a state of believing that what it is you already want is already with you. And it's a feeling of that. And you can do that, this process throughout the day and days and nights, whenever you feel like you need to. And as long as your feeling of not having what it is that you want is a lot less than the belief of having what it is that you want, and you carry on and focus on with your life, ignoring the current reality, just getting on and doing things that you enjoy, it will harden into fact. So another extremely amazing tool, living in the end, retraining your mind to believe that what it is that you want is actually a present fact. So I really hope you found that helpful. And as always, please feel free to comment below and subscribe, share, thumbs up would be great if you like this video. The next video, the 5th part, is all based around uninvited opinions and keeping going the way you're going. So it's all about uninvited opinions and keeping going in the direction that you want to go in. So I really look forward to sharing that one with you. That will be coming out on Friday. So take care, guys, and I'll see you soon.